they just set soon up on the Widowmaker, using that Arista shield up on the archway, and no one could touch him, even from the spawn.
Yeah, one of the ways that can work when you're first point defense is because your Orisa has time to set up a shield up in the air, and it does mean that when you move forward, you're moving through the Widow's line of sight and the line of fire, and you can't really fire back at her. It doesn't really work in later defenses because often you have to expend a Widow movement cooldown in order to get up there, as well as using the shield cooldown from your particular Orisa, and that means that they can be a lot more exposed for a little bit because you can't grapple away, grapple back up, get away from dive tanks. But here, we see Angry Titans, they decide instead to move up onto this back high ground using the Symmetra teleporter, and Only God can sit pretty up here as well.
Yeah, like we mentioned, this was popularized towards the beginning of the season when we saw in May walls being used, and then as soon as Symmetra was changed, it's a bit easier to send the Symmetra up. Only got a nice line of retreat there back to Lulsish. And in fact, Season 3 of Contenders starting very soon as well. It's actually starting in November, so you didn't even have to wait long after the finals to see some more Contenders action.
Yeah, you don't, and Elivo up here is going to be pocketing Only God with that defense measure for at least a few seconds. Eagle Gaming don't really have much long-range damage here. He's got to worry about a reflect from hit, but straight away, Super Blue's going to bring down that shield. Missed grapple there from Only God, but he can quickly retreat.
In series set, let's get a little bit of ult charge as well, as someone does trigger the Venom Mine. Does set up another one on that right flank there. You can see he's actually placed it in this window because if you're off against a Genji, someone that can climb vertically, even a Hanzo can get up there as well using just the jump towards the wall. It's extremely easy to actually get onto this platform and disrupt Only God's path there. So knowing that there's someone there, even if the Venom Mine is destroyed and doesn't get triggered by somebody, it's just valuable information for Only God in order to retreat if he needs to.
Well, even though it's played, he opted not to go through the window. He's now weighing that one up. Doesn't look like he managed to trigger the mine this time. Only God must have replayed it somewhere else and is now going to reposition himself on top as well.
Uh-oh, Only got a little bit of trouble. He does get dived on. Got to be careful though, because there's nades and a flail just swinging at you. He's going to send a couple of mines down also. He's netted himself a rip tire. Expect Jake's so happy back in the casting room. Luddy taking out Getamaze the mech. A complete reset here from Eagle Gaming. And Angry Titans did talk to us a little bit about this comp, but they did name it actually the full hold comp.
And they did. And it looks like thus far they have given up a little bit more than you would like. They gave up an entire tick here. And that's because Lulsish, as the main tank, can't really reposition himself down onto the ground. One of the win conditions here for Eagle Gaming is getting Lulsish to reposition so he can't consistently put that shield up on the high ground to protect both Urki, Only God, and whoever else may decide to step up there. It's all on Elivo to move down and contest a point. That's why they've got A-Fox on this Ana, so he can stay at a range, make sure Elivo's always healthy.
Infosight's available for Only God as well. Nico does meet the wrong end of a mace there. He was trying to take out A-Fox, using that big health pack room in order to retreat to if he needed to, but the problem is with Luddy right on top of A-Fox, there's no way you're actually going to be able to kill the Ana. That quick whip shot after the stun, instant kill for him. There's another decelerated dive, or trying to kill Only God. He just tries to get the headshot onto the Tracer. Quite difficult normally. Only God does end up going down, but they're trading 1-for-1 for the time as the Riptide did come out and actually killed him. And they both still on this high ground, contesting on the Diva if necessary. Kind of needs to, as the capture point is gone over about 50%. Nano Boost now used on the Diva also, has got that self-destruct available if he so chooses to use it. But right now, they're looking at a one fight with still Urki almost that high and dry to get pushed off slightly. But A-Fox, he's there on the Ana, cleaning up the kills.
Speaking of high and dry, Lulsish was not forced off the top there, and that was crucial for Eagle Gaming to try and make him move away from that. So Angry Titan's entire defense would crumble with that restricted high ground access that Lulsish has. He needs a Symmetra or a May to get back up there with his little centaur legs. They don't really hop up that far. Leaf has a key to victory here. He has a rather sword-shaped key jaws in the Dragon Blade, and of course, potentially he can have a sound barrier to make himself a little bit more hardy in the face of danger as he moves forward with that.
Big ultimate's coming online for Eagle. They got it. They got that sound barrier. They got that Primal Rage also, as well as that self-destruct. Just how they're using, that's the question. They're going to force Angry Titans on the high ground. There's the blade, straight on top of the Ana. Does try to go for the deflect on the blade,
Unlucky.
but that bomb straight on top of his head. You see, he kind of looked at it like, nah, okay, my life's over. No resets, no dashes available for me. There was a supercharge used as well by Lulsish, gets destroyed rather quickly, and actually a self-destruct to corral the rest of the members from Eagle Gaming off of that point. Only God is back from the grave, and is going to take out Lilbo, still holding on. Full hold comp indeed for the time being. There's only 30 seconds remaining. Eagle Gaming, they got one more push.
But they did achieve something here. Jaw, Super Pollitt used that Primal Rage, and he used the knockaround capability to get Lolsish off the high ground. You can see that now he's forced to move forward, have a more aggressive position where he's far more exposed to the dives that can come through from Leaf, Get Amazed, and Nico. This does mean that he's not going to be as safe here. He's forced to move forward as well. He can try and potentially use this Riptide to scupper this push early. They've got 12 seconds left on the clock.
Imprecise used as well. He knows exactly where everybody is. Hip is going to go down. That mech almost destroyed as well. He's got to be careful running into the traps as of Urki also. He's just pummeling that room. Again, they can see where everybody is. You've got to be so careful for that Tracer as well. Nico dashed on the point, gets the recall, but Super Fluke had to touch in order to cause overtime. No one on the point, however. Angry Titans, full hold comp is coming to fruition. They do manage to just not even allow 2 ticks through even. I do believe it was about 1.5.
Pathetic play there from the side of Angry Titans. Like you said, they called it a full hold comp, and it appears that's exactly what they did. Eagle Gaming did, however, gain more than a tick, which means this is, as we say, within comp ladder sometimes, Jaws, it's winnable. But it's going to be incredibly hard. They have to hold out against Angry Titans for about 4 minutes, and they have to give up less than 2 ticks of this capture if they want to claim this map and put themselves on match point for our Contenders finals for Season 2.
64%. Eagle Gaming just need to be able to hold on for long enough. It will be Angry Titans' turn to attack this time around. And you got to say, Angry Titans and Eagle Gaming, they've been together a fair while. These teams have been through thick and thin, and both the squads actually said the strength of the other side is down to the comms and the ability to play around as a team, and the team synergy as well as a whole. And you can see it right here, right now, why these teams have made it this far, especially Angry Titans. I mean, just setting up Only God like that and putting so much pressure on his shoulders, being the Widowmaker, just holding down this position, and even Lolsish not flinching in the face of danger when he's on the Orisa, is just come about.
Eagle Game here, look like they may be playing an isomer of the comp, which Angry Titans proffered before, instead of using their the trusted Brigitte, which threw armor packs onto a Fox on the Ana again and again. Lilbo's going to be a little bit more attentive on the Mercy. Less offensive power, less ability to shut down flankers, but it does mean Leaf can get damage boosted, Nico can get damage boosted, and you know what, that's incredibly dangerous too. That's dangerous to Tracer's, Jaws, because a damage boosted Junkrat Grenade or a damage boosted Widowmaker body shot both deal 156 damage, which is far more than Tracer has in her health pool, and can quickly remove that kind of DPS from a fight. And that can quickly end a push from Angry Titan should they decide to bring out that Tracer.
Well, Eagle Gaming go for something a little different. Double main heal instead in the Mercy. They still have Leaf on that Junkrat. We are seeing Nico on that Widowmaker. Probably going to grapple up. There you go, there's the shield. Does he get it? Oh, no, he doesn't. So a little less protection for Nico to start off with.
Also means there's going to be less protection for Super Fluke until he resets that shield as well. Lobo's going to be consistently applying the damage boost to Nico here as he tries to prove himself as one of the better snipers around today. Lolsish is going to be taking quite a bit of damage to start off with. You can see that Leaf is quickly moving up towards that ultimate. He's already basically halfway there, Jordan. That's going to be a big problem moving forward for Angry Titans.
Ouch. Someone took a headshot. Nico's going to find a little bit of damage. How did Luddy get up there? I don't know, but Nico dispatched him rather quickly. Albiaki taking out Super Fluke, though. Nice flick shot from Nico. Heavy watch, definitely not weighing him down right now as he's damage boosted also from the Mercy. Only God doing a good job on the Sombra right now, just harassing the front line. 56, 60% now on the ultimate. They only need to win one fight, remember here, Harry.
Eagle Gaming can't afford to give up much more capture percentage, though. Well, he won't move forward. And Urki there with the reflect. Leaf just played himself.
Uh-oh, I think that was actually Nico. A little bit of SMG bullets going out. There's the EMP. Also, Nico gets slept from the back line. Only God is going to take out Hip, and that will be Angry Titans moving towards the point, almost securing a tick. Leaf's going to send out that Riptide. Knows exactly where he is, thanks to those info sights. But AT now with domination and so many members on that point, ready to just tick over. They found one. I'm not sure anybody can get back in time. Angry Titans are going to secure Anubis.
With some domination, Jaws, they have brought it back. Angry Titans will not be swept in this series. We go to our escort map 2-1. Still in favor of Eagle, but a revitalized Angry Titans. They're feeling warm on the stage. Used those hand warmers to great effect, and now they are ready to come back and potentially sweep back this series. But it will be the choice of Eagle regarding where we go on our escort. There's a wide pool of maps in our Contenders map pool as well. We've got Watchpoint Gibraltar, we've got Route 66, and we've got Junkertown, so you can play a wide variety of comps. You don't really want to go to Junkertown, though, against that composition we saw from Angry Titans. And there is the coach of Angry Titans coming in, packing 10, an import from the US. And he's been great for this team. They've really improved in performance from Season 1 to Season 2, and he's really a testament to how much a coach can improve a team's performance.
Yeah, and having him in live also, because like you mentioned, he was in the US, so having Discord calls or whatever voice over IP you do use just after every game and after every match to kind of break everything down and go through what was wrong with the games. I mean, you are thinking about now in a live environment, he's going to be out so much more of an impact. Pack in 10 has been a change around for the team, and Angry Titans, every single player has said, it's been day and night between the two different players, although sometimes you can't really see it because they've been so dominant throughout the entirety of Season 1 and Season 2.
And it really is a testament to the mentality that a coach can bring. They were down 2-0 against two pretty dominating performances from the side of Eagle Gaming, but Packing brought them together in the halftime, discussed what they need. Maybe they identified some weaknesses on the roster of Eagle Gaming. They managed to exploit them and, of course, claim their first map win here on Assault.
Well, it will be Escort as our map of choice, or not map choice, sorry. Game mode of choice coming up next. A beautiful replay here. A-Fox, Leaf, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Deflect goes down as soon as you go for that dash there, so he was able to easily kill off the Genji, the dashing Genji that is, and that will be a nice quick shot back to us as well. Wasn't quite ready for that.
Caught us midway through. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so we are going to go on to Escort now, and there's been a lot of play on Rialto also, and it's one of those maps where we kind of put a big question mark on it, and a lot of the teams did as well. Contenders Season 2 did add that to the map pool, meaning that a lot of teams had to practice it rather quickly. Did jump into comp not long before that decision was made, so maybe the teams didn't have a lot of practice on it, and we did see swings from people like Eagle Gaming and Gigante, both holding each other on first somehow, but a more solidified meta has come about, and we even saw Finland and South Korea just go head-to-head in the Incheon stage and hold right up to the spawn as well, and maybe that's just something that Eagle Gaming want to do here. They've shown a trend over the last couple of maps. They just love holding Angry Titans in their spawn, just controlling the pace of the game.
Yeah, I think Rialto is probably where we will most likely see Eagle Gaming pick because of their dominance on these tank-based compositions. Before, we thought Angry Titans would be the dominant tank team going in, but Eagle Gaming have proven again and again that their synergy is just too much for many teams. And I think that comes down to the combination of Lilbo on the Lucio, Leaf on the Brigitte, and Super Blue on the Reinhardt. They're always synergized with their speed boost, their shield bash, their shatter combos. They can often outdo the enemy. Reinhardt and Loss has just often been the victim of that. Angry Titans unable to defend him as effectively as they would like.
Well, we'll see what that map is, and we'll see if our prediction was correct. Would you look at that? It's Rialto, Eagle Gaming's map choice. I want to watch that game again, though. Gigante versus Eagle Gaming, both holding each other on first, but right now, I want to see Rialto be a map where Eagle Gaming do take it to Angry Titans. Just push them right up to that gate and force AT to come to them. Remember what we mentioned before, Angry Titans' game plan coming into this was no fear. We want to run at them head on and just beat them down. We cannot let Eagle Gaming play their own game.
Yeah, Eagle Gaming can try and set up on the defense, but I imagine what we may see is, of course, Hardest coming in for Get Amazed, and this is usually a precursor of more tank-based compositions like we talked about before. Get Amazed, more of a diva specialist, enabling those dives. Hardest loves to come out on the Zarya and is also a formidable hit scan DPS. He can bring out a McCree, can bring out a Sombra, he can bring out a Tracer, all at a top level, and you can hear the French crowd going wild for their returning hero, who, I imagine, will be picking up the Zarya for, let's say, 3-3.
Oh, I hope so. Hardest Zarya charge rate and his bubble usage is just, honestly, one of the best we've seen in Contenders. And that's what the 3-3 is all about when you run into each other at the end of the day, is that bubble management. As soon as you force the enemy team and put too much pressure on that Reinhardt, as soon as the Zarya use the bubble on him, it's very easy to kind of wait it out ever so slightly and then push in instantly. And then use your bubbles to get 100% charge on the Zarya and just stop so much of that damage coming through. As soon as that does happen, more often than not, you're going to be able to win the team fight because there's not that protection there for the Reinhardt.
And both of these teams are so good at identifying mistakes in barrier usages by Zaryas. And the second that that happens, you often see a Reinhardt die not far behind. Angry Titans here, they are setting up to try and attack first. They'll be expecting the Eagle Gaming will try and make a rather aggressive push, as is the norm when you come to these tank-based compositions, and they know that Eagle Gaming is likely going to be bringing one of those to bear. So I imagine we'll see A-Fox stay up on this Ana, because it means that he can come out of one of the top doors, lay down a biotic grenade, and try and disable some of the healing that comes out from the side of Eagle Gaming. With triple support, you have so much sustain, but it also means that you are very vulnerable to that biotic grenade, which can be brought out by Ana.
Very vulnerable to the boops as well. We've seen too many teams take a drink from the Riviera. Wait and see. Super, there you go. They're going to move in with a little bow, hold them at their spawn doors. Angry Titans, they want to be able to get here ASAP. Avox going to have to land a big nade.
There it is. Super Fluke is going to be cleansed though, hardest as well. No biotic grenade onto them anymore.
Instant Diva 1v1 there. Nico was like, nope, Avox, get out of it. He's going to go for it again. Receives a little bit of healing from the Orb of Harmony. But look, you can see Losish not really said at all, just holding his mouse one button down, trying to get as much charge as possible. But he is going to go down, actually get punished for it. Nice sleep dart as well onto Nico to make sure he cannot assault the top veranda here. Elibo is going to go back to spawn, restore all of his HP, and they're going to go out yet again. However, look at hardest charge already, 73%. Only God's only on 33.
Ready to lay down yet another Graviton, of course. 90% now, hitting those fat morts. He's got it ready to go. It's not going to be long as he lays it down, and there it is.
Like how? How do you even charge it that quickly? I just don't know. Littlebo is going to find one in the boot kill. Very easy team wipe here for Eagle Gaming on the defense. We said they were going to hold this far up, and that's exactly what they are doing.
The strategy here from Angry Titans was to move out from different doors between Avox and the core of Angry Titans. That's to make Super Fluke place his shield in another direction. So from behind, Avox is going to lay down a biotic grenade from on high. Now, Angry Titans are going to try and rotate and come out together.
Uh-oh, Hardest turns his back for a brief moment there. It was a little bit of a fakey though. There will be a Graviton, well, not a Graviton Surge. A self-destruct on that point. Hard is now caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. However, Transcendence to save him. Luddy is going to go down once more, and that will be a big loss of healing now for Angry Titans. Another Graviton Surge on the side. This time it comes out from the side of Angry Titans. A sound barrier to keep everybody from Eagle Gaming alive though, and another grab coming out from Hardest. How does this man do it? But they are going to hit the floor though, as the Shatter instantly used by Loxus there to make sure no damage came through onto the tanks.
Nico going to be pinned now. That's a quick 300 damage coming out from Lolsish, quickly building up towards yet another Shadow, but Angry Titans going to have to retreat into their spawn, get that infinite healing, and now Avox decided he's had enough of the Ana Jaws. Wants to move over to Visinala, give the Orbs of Discord, and make sure that Super Fluke's feeling very scared.
You want to win those tank duels, man. Lolsish, 80 HP, has to back off rather sharpish. Hardest already eliminates Elibo's mech, and that will be the support though of Eagle Gaming. Lilbo and Hip finding themselves another couple of kills. They're wasting so much time here, 2 minutes on the clock. They burnt so much of Angry Titans' time back already.
And they've also forced Angry Titans to invest ultimates to try and make this work, but they've quickly built up to some more. Elibo getting a remake there, and Him's going to jump off the bridge. Angry Titans finally have this payload moving, but their time bank has been incredibly damaged by these early skirmishes with Eagle Gaming, and Hardest has yet another Graviton. He's going to be matched like for like by Only God. Luddy does have that sound barrier ready to go, which could potentially save him from the burst damage of Nico's self-destruct. But of course, the self-destruct does 1,000 damage, which can outdo the sound barrier if it's close enough.
Oh, Only God looking towards his tank to try and protect him. Does get hit to the floor, though, as that Shadow did come through from Super Fluke. Lolsish finds a kill, though, and Hardest is going to go down as well. No Graviton Surge available to you now. Angry Titans just making sure Eagle Gaming can't do anything in these fights. Eliminate Hardest and win the game. That seems to be their motto right now.
Luddy there staying a little bit further back, making sure he wasn't caught out by the Earth Shadow. Did lay down a beat thereafter to keep everyone safe from ensuing follow-up of Eagle Gaming. And now we can see Only God is going to be pocketed here by Urki, using the 3D peek to try and tell him when the enemy is going to be coming, so that he has some great knowledge of when to lay down the Graviton, and there it is.
He saw the Matrix coming through. There's the bomb. Backs turn. Nice stun onto Super Fluke. Eliminates 2. Lilbo's going to go down to the self-destruct, followed by Super Fluke. There is a Nico's bomb as well. He's going to go off, but he doesn't quite find anything. They are almost be able to deliver the payload. 0.15 meters. That's only one step off of it, and that will be the capture for Eagle Gaming. The rest of them take a dunk, surfs up for Super Fluke and Hip. They end up going for the full reset here, and that'll be Angry Titans still having that Shatter in their arsenal.
Smart reset there from Eagle Gaming, not allowing Only God to take advantage of his high energy in order to build up towards a Graviton. And that's often where Hardest gets most of his Graviton charge from, that is a surplus to your regular Graviton Surge charge. He manages to catch people out as they're trying to reset, do some extra damage, and build up towards the ultimate, which allows the next fights to happen even more swiftly. Eagle Gaming.
Very swift was that Brigitte stun. There's the Shatter. Does hit the ground. Doesn't find anybody, though. Hip is going to go down already. Lolsish swinging for the fences. Sound barrier used as well for Eagle Gaming. Hip 4 members now. They're pushing onto this bridge. You've got to be careful, though. As soon as that Lucio does come back, he's going to be booping people into the lake, or at least trying to. Urki with the kill onto Nico and Nico's mech, and Lolsish going in with the aid of the Graviton Surge. Gets a couple of kills with the charge. Angry Titans win their third team fight back to back.
It does feel like Angry Titans have finally found their rhythm. Jaws are going to be moving forward as well with this Transcendence from the side of Avox. But don't really have any playmaking ultimates, so Elivo can try and bring in this self-destruct should he wish, but it's going to have to be in a great position because there are so many shields available from the side of Eagle Gaming.
Ooh, nice bomb there. Did try and catch Super Boots, but he was much quicker on the shield. Does use that, Captain America style, to aim to the skies. Only got finds 2 though. Leaf and Little Bow are going to go down. Beautiful Shadow again, stopping that damage coming through as they did use that Graviton Surge in the initiation. Only got the 3 kills. Is going to play a hello to Hardest. He finds another kill on top of him, and again, another team fight win. They are going to be able to deliver this payload. 3rd point may be in contention if Angry Titans. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
And after Legion Tower, I said, but Superblix seem to have a read on Lolsish when it comes to laying down these shadows, but it does feel like over time, Lolsish has really felt out his opponent here. He knows exactly when Superblix is going to be dropping his shield, when he wants to when he wants to do the damage, when he wants to be defensive. And now Superblix has to try and lay down his own shadow to aid this Graviton.
Oh, nice shot by Arche there. Just zip round once again. There's the hammer from Superblix, trying it once more, just trying to stop these members of Angry Titans ingressing on that Graviton Surge. Only did land up 5 people, but no kills have gone through just yet. And in fact, a sound barrier for Eagle Gaming makes sure they can push forward onto Lolsish, punish him for having no shield, and that will be a rally as well to keep them alive. They're going to find the win for the team fight. After 4 failures in a row, you've got to find it in the end. Investing 2 support ultimates, in fact 3, sorry. I think Hip uses Transcendence somewhere in there also. Stops them for the moment, but 2 minutes remain still for Angry Titans. And Lolsish not really with an ult to bear really here. We do see Eagle Gaming with ultimate economy advantage.
Look at how much health A-Fox has right now, thanks to the repair pack and the rally armor coming through from Urki. All of Angry Titans currently on fire. Everyone's going to be building up towards that self-destruct rather sharply here. The Rhines will clash. Superblue quickly moving up towards the Earth Shadow, and Hardest is going to be joining him. We know just how effective he can be with these slams.
I feel like Hardest just baited out that Transcendence there from A-Fox. He moved in a way that looked like he was going to go for that Graviton Surge. And with Lolsish falling, they are forced to retreat anyway. And now they don't have that Transcendence for this Graviton Surge that is coming up from Hardest.
Some great psychological play there from Hardest to try and play with A-Fox's mind. I imagine he's going to be wishing that he had that one back. Urki, low on health, is going to get healed up here by Luddy and A-Fox, who of course need to start rebuilding those ultimates they previously expended, but Hardest is ready to unleash one of the strongest ultimates in the whole game, Jaws of Graviton Surge, ready to give everyone on Angry Titans for group hug treatment.
Thanks for a little bit of up there. He waits for the defense matrix, and that's exactly what he was waiting for. An opening into the fight. Superblue finds 2. That'll be Leaf with another 2-piece as well. Now he's moving forward, has that shadow, but doesn't need to invest it. 45 seconds remain. Angry Titans, they need to be able to save up some sort of ults here. They ran into that without the Graviton Surge and without the shatter, but they have got them for this preceding fight.
You show Hardest to crack in the armor, and he will tear it wide open. Jaws, he's opened the heart of Angry Titans, took it out, took a bite out of it as well. Some nice French cuisine there coming through, and Superblue is now ready to try and chow down on the remainder of Angry Titans. He does have the slam ready.
There's the grab. The slam comes down as well from both sides. Elivo does find a kill with the self-destruct in Little Bow. That is a big shatter from the back, but Leaf's actually going to interrupt it. And a bomb on from Nico as well just lands on the car. Only God had no shields. And Lolsish is going to fall. Also separated, isolated from the rest of his team. So overtime is going to be here very shortly as A-Fox unleashes the Transcendence to keep the rest of his team alive. Not quite enough HP per second there to actually keep Elivo in his mech. He gets de-suited. Urki gets de-lifed. And that will be Elivo falling as well. Another sound barrier coming through on the side of Angry Titans, but it was all said and done. That'll be the round over, and only 2 points on the board for Angry Titans.
Still a respectable run on Rialto. We know how defensively oriented this map can be. Basically, any progress past first is a winnable run on Rialto, but I want to talk about a little bit of Reinhardt tech we saw there from Superblue. When you use Earth Shatter, as well as stunning members, it can hold the momentum on a self-destructing Diva mech. And what he used there is he used his Earth Shatter on Elivote's mech as it soared on past to stop it in its path so that he had a more predictable shield route and so that Hardest could use those as well to make sure that everyone was more protected. It only managed to catch out Lilbo after because of where he managed to place that Diva bomb. It's a great amount of control that you have when using the Earth Shatter to make sure that the enemy Diva bomb is not where they want it to be.
Diva bombs from both sides have just been so good, and maybe taking a leaf out of Poco's book.
A leaf out of Leaf's book?
Leaf out of Leaf's book, yeah, sure. I was going to go with that one, but you know, Poco's actually... Poco's the main man that maybe Eagle Gaming are looking towards. And Nico, you know, give me a few tips, Poco. I got some tips on the Genji and tips on a few tanks as well. You just tell me where the spots are. I need to go for that self-destruct.
Very studious play, of course, from Poco when it comes to those self-destructs. Made his name in Overwatch League for being one of the most deadly ultimate users on the Diva, and Diva's such a powerful character to begin with. When you can really make that happen, that's when she really becomes super powerful, and that's the same thing we say about Traces as well. It's It's very well and good, Jaws, to have great tracking, great movement, but when you can add great pulse bomb sticks into the mix, when we look at people like Team Denmark's Shaxx, that's when they really come to the top level of their respective heroes' play.
We'll see if Angry Titans want to do the same thing that Eagle Gaming did to them and hold them in their spawn. Doesn't look like it for the time being. Only God is going to be on this hand zone. We're actually seeing a bit of a swap up on DPS. You've got to say to yourselves, if you're Angry Titans, what are they going to run? Probably the 3-3, especially as they have hardest in that lineup. What's a good counter to 3-3? Is that all lovely Bird in the Sky in the Farah. Erky piloting that one, and we have Luddy at the back as well on that Mercy. Mercy doesn't give as much HPS anymore as she used to get receive a slight nerf in the previous patch, making Ana a little bit more viable. So there isn't as much direct healing on the ground. They have A-Fox on that Zenyatta.
I would have liked to have seen A-Fox play an Ana here so he could lay down that long-range HPS, like you said, because with only 30 HPS that can be dedicated to the Reinhardt all the time, with Erky getting the pharmacy pocket here, it does mean that he can be easily run down by the triple heal, which Super Fluke is getting, keeping him much healthier. And of course, he does have the third tank to back him up, so Super Fluke here is going to be easily winning out Reinhardt doors. It's going to be all on Angry Titans DPS to soften him up, to help out Losish.
30% already on that ultimate coming through from Erky. Barrage will be available rather soon. Hips life though, not quite available for the rest of Eagle Gaming, as Only God does take him out with the help of a Discord Orb and a help of a damage boost also. But it does mean that no HPS is landing on Erky. He actually gets taken out by Nico in midair. However, his mech is going to fall as well. But all this time, Eagle Gaming have been pushing this cart. Even if they go for a reset here, they have gained significant ground.
Not quite able to be aggressive enough though to deny the res coming through from Luddy and putting Erky back up in the air. Himself and Only God currently tied for ultimate charge, both at 85%, but Erky, with long range, is going to be able to rain down those rockets, and neither himself nor Only God suffer from damage drop-off, which means they can be about as far away from this dangerous ball of meat as you'd like, and still able to lay down all the damage that they need. Almost a barrage ready to go here, but that can be mitigated by Nico's defense matrix. They need to make sure that Nico is expending this early here to try and get rid of something else. That's incredibly close.
Oh, the almost bait. He went down to the ground a little bit too far, though, as Leaf ends up whip-shotting him out of the air. Does claim Nico's mech, though. That could be a big advantage
Risky
for
res.
Angry Titans right now. Big Transcendence as well as that sound barrier getting cancelled. Okay, Only God takes him out of the Graviton Surge before he actually ends up activating it. Finds himself a 4-piece, and Nico going for the quick reset. Perfectly timed there. Little Bow falls, ultimate not used.
Hit there, but did he use a Coalescence? I'm not sure if he... I think he may well have swapped early. I don't know. But Luddy there went for a very risky res onto Erky, and Leaf claimed his second kill with that whip shot. He's being an anti-air Brigida right now, and you can see just how much he's practiced this hero, but he's got such great aim on those whip shots, which do deliver quite a chunk of burst damage. You can take down weaker opponents, especially if you're backed up with Nico going in for that sort of half dive with the D.Va, committing the micro missiles and going in to try and burst out aerial targets. Nico's doing it again right now, trying to pressure out Erky. We'll make sure that he's being a little bit more passive as they move in onto the territory of Losish.
Makes Luddy look in two different directions as well. His tanks and that Farah up in the skies. Losish has the Shatter, however, is marching forwards, wants to be able to maybe get one under the car. We'll have to wait and see. Does go for the little turnaround there. Bit of 45-degree lookout, trying to take out the Desire. Graviton Surge on top of the point there. Uh-oh, that's not where you want to be. Hard is going to run straight into if you're not careful. Luddy is hitting everybody up from the skies. Did activate that ultimate rather early on. The Coalescence is going to finish them off. Very questionable Graviton Surge from Elivote there. He might want to switch up after this. We're not entirely sure, but he did manage to lock up a couple of members, but no follow-up means no real ultimate economy advantage here for AT. They are going to give up this first point, and there you go. He's actually switching over to the D.Va. Instead, we've got Erky now on the Brigitte.
And that was a very questionable fight right there, Jaws. Communication broke down all over the place. I think Nico used his self-destruct a lot earlier than Hardest used his Graviton, which could have been used to effectively combine. Losish moved into an enclosed space where the Valkyrie of Luddy couldn't reach him, so he died alone. And then we saw the laydown of the Graviton Surge, which was obviously now, we know, Elivote can move over to the D.Va. Only God can pick up that particular mantle, start building up towards it, Graviton Surge. But Hardest, after that fight, will of course have a premium on energy. You can see him glowing like a Christmas tree down there, ready to do some damage.
Subaru's got the Shadow as well. They jumped straight into that one. That's going to be one bad day for Angry Titans. Are backing up a little bit here. Got to be careful. Does jump up in the air. Gets a little aerial time with that one. Still managed to get it though. Oh, big boop onto Only God and Losish. Followed up with a whip shot. That's 2 tanks dead for AT. Got to be careful now as Eagle Gaming are just marching forward. cleaning up the fight rather rapidly. Remember, Angry Titans only got 2 points on the board. They only got a little bit further as well, which means Eagle Gaming, they're setting themselves up for greatness here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds now remain for them to get it to this next point.
That wasn't even an expensive fight, Jaws. It was just the Earth Shadow coming through from Superpluke. The follow-up was there from Lilbo and Leaf, using their primary abilities for Whip Shot and the Boot to make people go into those instant death pits, and Hardest opening it up with the Graviton Surge.
What a grab! Apex comes in with the Transcendence, double particle barrier as well from Only God to make sure he gets a lot of energy for the preceding fight. Another Shadow only hits Urki this time around. He's trying to kill her off, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to. Too much healing coming through from Angry Titans, but a boot from Little Bo actually finishes her off in the end. Hardest still moving forward, and after that Graviton Surge fight, he's already at 70%. He's going to chase Only God down. He's on 80%, almost 100 now. Eagle Gaming just need to win one more fight in 3 minutes to secure this and match point.
And now they're securing the spawn of Angry Titans as well. Listen to the French crowd go over there. Eagle Gaming are close to claiming match point here in our Contenders finals. They have the tools to do so, but Angry Titans have some in the bank as well. Only God has the Graviton Surge ready to go. So does Hardest. Everyone's going to be experiencing singularities right here as Elivo makes a beeline for the payload, trying to keep it contested.
Nice sensitivity shows there from Elivo to try and get on the point. Graviton Surge does come out and hold up 2 people. Big bomb into the air, trying to find one. Only God is just chewing up the front line, and another Transcendence to keep Eagle Gaming alive. This is the only fight that they need to win. Lolsish moving forward has got the Shatter available, does get a shield bash, but lays into him once more, but he can't lay it down for too long. There's a Discord orb on him, and he ends up going down almost, though, just in time. Once again, Afox comes up with a big Transcendence. Nico's mech's going to fall with Superpluke dead. They're going to go for the quick reset, but only 1 meter stands in between them and match point.
Okay, we've got a moment to breathe, Jaw, so I want to talk about the finish of point 2 there for Eagle Gaming. They actually invested a sound barrier that I didn't think was quite necessary, but why they did it, they used it to save Hardest. The fight was basically won, but Hardest was in danger of dying, and what they needed was Hardest to maintain that energy so we could move forward and quickly build up the Graviton Surge, which was a win condition there. Unfortunately for them, Angry Titans tried to make a great re-engage.
Another fight, another grab for Hardest. Only Zwad's got his online as well, but Eagle Gaming pulled the trigger quicker. That'll be Superpluke with 3 kills. Lottie booping everybody off the car, but it's too little too late. Superpluke finds himself a 4th kill, and Eagle Gaming claim match point.
Just call him Quadrupluke. The man does not know how to press S. He's only got a left click as well. And there's the trophy. It is within grasping distance right now for Eagle Gaming in front of their home crowd. Rialto is for the Frenchmen. We will be moving forward onto our 5th map. It will be yet another control. The choices available for Angry Titans. It's either Ilios, our usual tiebreaker, or they can move forward to Oasis, I think? I'm not sure. I forgot it, Jaws. Of course I did.
It's fine, don't worry. Heads rushing, hearts beating, hands are shaking. It's all good. We are now in a situation where, like you said, Eagle Gaming take this next map, it will be their trophy. Eagle Gaming have to recollect their thoughts in the back, just crunch their heads together with packing 10 and just decide what went wrong in that fight and what we need to do better next time.
Well, what they need to do, Jaws, is they need to reverse sweep. And, well, the home crowd are behind Eagle Gaming, but I'm behind Angry Titans.
I actually slightly forgot about you doing this. I was like, hang on a second, what's going on?
What is going on?
But I remember you got an Angry Titans shirt. So we know exactly where Harry's going for. And funnily enough, he's actually on the AT side as well of the screen.
Yeah, this is well coordinated. Good job, production.
Hey, there we go. Right. It will be control, like you said. Normally, and in Contenders especially, we have seen a lot of lower-rated teams actually take big games off and big control maps off of bigger sides. We're talking like British Hurricane back in Season 1. Sometimes they would fall to lower-rated teams in this control map type. We'll have to see if Angry Titans can come to force here. Normally, a lot of these maps are very 3-3 orientated, and they have got the map choice as well. So maybe they just steer clear of that. Maybe jump on something like Oasis, where you can get aerial superiority in City Center.
Gonna stop you out. I think I may have been incorrect. I think it was actually Ilios and Nepal. But
okay. Well, still, aerial superiority in Ilios.
Let's think about what happened in our first map of the series. We did see coming out, Eagle Gaming had some superiority on control, but it was a 2-1. It wasn't by any means a clean sweep for either of our teams. It was rough and it was dirty. So, potentially, if you go to a... Don't give that look. Potentially, if you can go to a map like Ilios, where less tank play may be advisable, you can play a little bit more dive, and that may be a little bit more in the wheelhouse of Angry Titans.
Will suit the strengths of Only God as well on the Widowmaker. One player he does actually look up to is Carpe, and you can kind of see why. Carpe is just an absolute absolute monster on the Widow, probably one of the best players in his role in this current time. Only God, if he whips out the Widowmaker and just goes maybe full dive here with the Widow, might just seal the deal for them on this next map.
Yeah, of course. Carp is a mechanical god, but Only God's pretty good as well. It's actually in the name, so you've got to expect it.
Okay, we got some replays though from that Rialto map right up on your screens now. Angry Titans, they did have a formidable defense to start off. Did hold fairly well up, and remember, the offense here coming through from Eagle Gaming was subverted a little bit with the Pharah up in the air.
You can see Urki here, he's got some great target prioritization, but I do feel that his and Lolsish's synergy when it comes to getting these Shield Bash Earthshatter combos is a little bit less polished than we see from Super Fluke and Leaf. Instead, we see Urki being a bit more of a less Reinhardt dependent Brigitte, and instead he plays more against the entirety of the Eagle Gaming roster. Does get those shield bashes in where he needs to, trying to get these assassinations, such as onto Hip, as we saw earlier.
That was a beautiful little replay there. You saw Only God actually securing the kill on the Lucio, who was sound barring. He was going for that beat, destroyed, meaning that Graviton Surge into the Dragons was able to wipe the entirety of the team.
Now Super Fluke swinging away, and that was a great Graviton Surge from Hardest as well. Made sure it was in a place where everyone was sort of huddled in, made sure that Super Fluke, as he swung through them, could also build up towards that Earthshatter, getting a huge amount of that ultimate charge. And that's why you usually want to see a rotation through the tank ultimates. You don't want to be combining them, because you want to use your Earthshatter first so that you can knock people down, potentially win a fight off just that. And occasionally, Eagle Gaming do that. They will be able to win a fight off of just an Earthshatter. And Super Fluke managed to show that underneath a bridge on the second point of Rialto. And sometimes you want to be able to use that, have your Reinhardt on low ultimate charge, then have him swing into a 6-man Graviton, which in about 2 swings will get him his ultimate back, so that you can use that for the 3rd fight thereafter. And then you'll be able to move forward with momentum, and momentum is really what can define the success of a 3-3 composition.
If you can't hold that momentum as well, it can be incredibly hard. Like you said, just ultimate rolling after one, after the next, after the next, after the next. Especially these Graviton Surges, which Hardest is building up every single fight. He's an incredibly proficient Xayah player. Xayah ultimate, one of the slowest ults to actually build up in the game, because it does rely on you getting 100% charge, or near enough, most of the time, in order to get the maximum damage out possible. We will see what Angry Titans have chosen, though. We are going to have a look what that control map choice is. Remember, it was the choice of Ilios or Nepal. It doesn't look like we are actually going over to Ilios, our 5th map. It could be our final as well. Eagle Gaming are here, match point.
And like we said, Jaws, a little bit less friendly to tanks than our other control maps. And we are going to see Get Amazed being subbed in here for Leaf. They're actually keeping Hardest in the roster this time. They're keeping that hit scan DPS. They're going to get rid of their more projectile-focused DPS in Leaf, who often moves himself on to something like the Brigitte. Unlikely to see now that sort of 3-3 GOATS composition as we know it. Instead, more dive focused with Get Amazed consistently on the Diva, and Hardest and Nico going to be picking up respectively the hit scan and projectile DPS that they were originally known for.
You can hear the crowd just going actually insane.
Wild.
French crowds are just ridiculous. Some of the best crowds I've ever seen. Angry Titans now have to come out the gate swinging, however. Like we mentioned, they might want to go into this dive DPS style. Normally Control does favor that when you're not on maps like Nepal and like Lijiang Tower, like we saw first up today. The counter's ticking down. Angry Titans Eagle Gaming rolling out the gate. Hardest is actually on that McCree instead. Okay, he's got a little bit of Pine on the mind.
Well, himself and Nico are going to be able to give a huge amount of stuns towards the encroaching flankers of Angry Titans. We can see Urki and Only God going in on that dual flanker setup with both the Sombra and the Trace. And you can see Eagle Gaming here, they're concentrating themselves around this hacked health bank, making sure that if someone makes a dive for it to try and sustain themselves, they will be a victim to a huge amount of stuns and DPS.
Yeah, a lot less HPS available for Eagle Gaming. Doesn't really seem to matter, however, as they just run through Angry Titans. Super Fluke find himself with a nice 2-piece there. This forward momentum, normally you don't see McCree as a dive hero, and in fact, it looked like Angry Titans, they kind of swapped sides there, went for Eagle Gaming's back line, just left Hardest just completely free to use his roll and his flashbang so offensively.
Hitting shot after shot there, and Avox is about equal ult charger now with Nico, and I do think that they didn't get the maximum value out of a Moira there. Angry Titans sort of didn't stick together as much as I would have liked to get the maximum value out of that Biotic Grasp, which of course has a cone of effect heal, and if you're all together like you are in a tank composition, then you can get the maximum efficacy out of that.
Hardest got the range, and that's going to be the most important thing. Just taking a nice couple of chunks out of Elivo. Early coalescence coming through for Angry Titans. You can see the beam there. However, a self-destruct on top of someone's head, or at least tried to, from Get Amaze. Didn't quite find another one, but Superblue definitely did, though, as he finds Elivo's mech. That'll be Erky taking mad mode to Littlebow, though. Flashbang doesn't quite end up landing, and Hardest going to have to play a little bit more scared here, but the problem is the rest of your team has gone down there, Erky. You can't be on the point alone, not against the McCree. Range is your enemy when you're the Brigitte.
That it is. Hardest will hunt you down from long range, and now he's going to have the longest range available. Does not suffer from damage drop-off while using the Deadeye, and of course it does now have that accelerated build up to 100 damage in the first second, so it can be incredibly deadly to people that are already damaged. Eggfox moving over now from the Moira onto that Zenyatta, wants to do a lot more damage towards the tanks of Eagle Gaming.
There's the Dragons a little bit more defensively this time to dislodge Eagle Gaming from the right-hand side there, if you're looking at the side of AT. Deadeye available. Hardest going to use it for the reload reset. We'll have to wait and see. Awesome big plays from him. Self-destruct in the corner is going to get blocked mostly by that Winston bubble. There's the Deadeye up in the sky. It's not where you want to be if you're Oni God. Did try and blink him with an arrow, but didn't end up hitting him at all. Nice kill onto Oni, and that will be Erky and AFOX going down. 82% now for Eagle Gaming.
Caught between the sun and the wonderful Grecian sky right there was Oni God, who's going to now be swapping up. Already 22% on that Widowmaker, only swapped for a quick headshot onto one of the tanks of Eagle Gaming. Now he's over to the McCree, but who's going to be the Sheriff of Ilios? Jaws Hardest doesn't have the ultimate advantage anymore, but he does have a percentage advantage. 1% away are Eagle Gaming.
Keys unloads that rally as well. They are able to touch the point, causing overtime, but this is it. Eagle Gaming pushing forward now, has that bomb on the point as well. They end up getting the retouch here, but one member already dead. A beat comes out from the Lucio from Angry Titans. Luddy keeping everybody high and dry and nice and alive. Superblue going extremely low, has to leap out there. Can anybody blink him out the sky? No, they cannot. Is able to get back to a health pack, and now domination on the point from Angry Titans is necessary. They are 5-6 members now on it. They do manage to find the cap.
Domination was necessary for that fight, Jaws, and perfection is now necessary should they wish to claim well. 1-1 fight here from Eagle Gaming should make them claim this stage and put them on map point for the entirety of the series. No mistakes are allowed here from Angry Titans. Can't peek the Deadeye. Only God's going to try to bring out one of his own.
Erky peeked it and he got stung. Hardest finds his head, just clicks on him. Only God unleashes his, but didn't quite find anything whatsoever. A Transcendence from both sides is worn out, so Hip and AFOX retreating, but Hardest is going to find one kill in Lowstish. In fact, another one now. Overtime's ticking through. Eagle Gaming trying to find this first map in this small best of 3. Hardest just taking man mode. 3 kills for the Cowboy, and that'll be Angry Titans foregoing well. Eagle Gaming 1 map away from claiming the trophy.
They've tried so hardest and got so far, and now they are the single stage away from claiming this on home territory. Look at the French crowd. They know exactly what they want, except for Damon, the Team France coach, who was a little bit somber there, thinking about which of these players am I going to pick up for Team France in 2019. Really does weigh on your mind.
Just pick them all up.
Just get them all.
They're also individually talented. We've seen Nico
team as well.
We've seen Nico around for so long, and I'm sure he'd want to be on that Paris roster, sitting at home. It's all good, and representing Paris, your country, and right now representing Eagle Gaming. Right at this very second, we are seeing Hardest actually on the Sombra. We're going to jump over to Lighthouse as our second, and what could be our final map.
Potentially so. Angry Titans going back to their tried and true. The tanks are back on the field along with AFOX on that Anna. And now Hardest moving over, no longer wants to play on the Sombra. Instead, he's had enough of that nonsense, moving straight back over onto the Zaya. And Eagle Gaming here, they've opted for Zenyatta. We've talked about it before. It gives you a lot more offensive capability with that Discord orb, but does mean you have less point healing on each of your particular tanks.
Get Amaze just going man mode straight on top of the tanks, and that's Lolshish backing off here. They're letting Eagle Gaming play their own
that
game.
Was deep.
Erky is going to go extremely low and actually gets booped off the edge. Nico just clambering back up. No clamber mechanics in Overwatch, but hey, he managed to do it. Hardest takes out AFOX. Lolshish is going to fall as well. Beautiful boot from Littlebow, but that might just aid Luddy as he does sink to the bottom of the ocean. Angry Titans going for the quick reset. Nice cap here, though, from Eagle Gaming.
Superblue there really opened that one up by getting a pin kill onto Erky, who was lagging behind the remainder of his team. They all went for a rotation onto a point, aided by the speed boost of Luddy. But I do think Erky was just a few meters behind, wasn't able to pick up that 30% speed boost, or 70% if Amp It Up was used. And that meant that he was caught out by Superblue because he tried to make that transition solo. And now Superblue can try and catch everyone out with the Earth Shatter. He's been so good with them thus far, and down it goes!
Jumps up in the air, gets the shatter on Elivo, goes low, but is able to back off. There's the grab, there's the bomb, not needed. Superblue just dives head on in, picks up Lolsish and Elivo's mech. Hardest is going to have to back off towards that point. 30% now accured here for Eagle Gaming.
And these are rotations I was talking about in our pre-game ramble, Jaws, using the Graviton Surge when your Reinhardt has low charge. Superfluke's already halfway there because he could swing into that Graviton. Lolsish only still at 77%. He can't even get near Eagle Gaming. Every time he gets near, he's just taken down.
Graviton Surge used. Nico's going to go into that rally, just pushing everybody back. They have to be able to touch the point. The sound barrier might just aid them to it. They are going to rush towards it now. You can see a quick rotation coming through. Now we get a Mace with that Diva Bomb's going to send it sky high. Lolsish puts up that shield, is able to deflect most of that damage. Another Graviton Surge from Hardest on the sidelines. Ryan no way near. Can't really protect anybody, but that's what the supports are there for. Avox with that Transcendence keeps them all alive, and Little Bo still has that sound barrier. Elivo sends the mech sky high as well with the kill onto Hardest. This could be the opening that they needed, but Eagle Gaming, they're not quite done yet. Sound barrier down for them, all with a boon of health. They're able to push forward. Lolsish is going to fall. They're going to jump onto the point though and contest it for the time, because 80% now has been acquired from Eagle Gaming.
It's been such an expensive fight, Jaws, but Angry Titans needed to make their stand here. Superfluke's trying to bunker up in the corner with his shield. He's just having a little bit of a cower, a little bit of a cry, but Angry Titans going to be putting him down. Nothing left but the crying. Eagle Gaming are in a great position here. They stand one and maybe a little bit of a drip-drab of a fight from claiming the Overwatch Contenders Season 2 Contenders Championship. Superfluke's ready to open this one up. He can try and crack it like an egg when he brings down the hammer.
Only got no way near that Graviton Surge either. They haven't got offensive tank ultimates to bear. Superfluke almost gets knocked off, but a beautiful shatter. There's 3 people. Little Bo's going to take out Lolsish. That Graviton Surge wasn't even kind of needed. Transcendence used here from Angry Titans, but a pin into the wall kills Elivo. Massive blaze from Superfluke, the French tank. It will be Erky falling as well. Eagle Gaming are jumping on the point, 89% now, and Eagle Gaming cap.
There's a flip. Now it is the last chance for Angry Titans. Lottie is poised once again to make the overtime work. Eagle Gaming are moving forward.
They're trying to rush to the point now. Graviton Surge available for Hardest, but look at this. Lottie, sneaky beaver shoes on, jump back to the point. A sound barrier to keep him alive. Overtime is ticking down. A Graviton Surge landing onto the point, pinning everybody from Eagle Gaming on top of it. But Superfluke's already found one casualty. Erky's going to fall. No more armor available for AT. A self-destruct onto the point, but it might be all said and done. A Shadow's blocked, but it doesn't seem to matter. Overtime's done. Hardest finds the last, and that will be Elivo falling. Overtime's through, and Eagle Gaming are your Season 2 Contenders champions.
And you're trying your best, Jaws, but I don't think anyone can bring as much hype as the French crowd right now. Eagle Gaming at home, in front of their countrymen, in front of their brothers in arms, and in front of their home city, which will be joining the Overwatch League soon, have claimed victory. They have claimed the Overwatch Season 2 Contenders Championship, and they will have their rightful trophy.
French crowd so happy. It's exactly what they should be. Handshakes all around. What a journey for both of these teams. Eagle Gaming got knocked out in Season 1 by Giganti, got their revenge in playoffs as well against that very team, and now they are your champions. What a better storyline than being at home at this Overwatch World Cup stop as well. Eagle Gaming putting on an absolute show.
That is one French team which will be claiming victory, and we hope the French fans will be wishing for many more victories to come. But for now, the night is for Eagle Gaming, rounding this one out, and they are moving towards the trophy. I imagine they've wanted this for such a long time. Since Season 1, they saw British Hurricane lift it before, and now Jaws, it's their turn in front of the adoring crowd.
1, 2, 3. Coach Feve there joining them as well.
There it
lift
is.
The trophy. The crowd just erupts, and this is where they wanted to win it, Harry. Right in front of their crowd. Nico, you can see a little bit out of breath. Just performed so well this entire season. This guy's been around for so long, since Season 1. Even in Overwatch itself, Comp Season 1, this guy has been just such a high-rated player for so long, and he can lift that trophy with the rest of his squad.
Can't imagine the kind of pride that's currently in those French fans.
We're going to jump down onto the floor, though. We've got Tridd and Dez to give them short interview.
Ladies and gents, I think I need to say it again, but your winners, Eagle Gaming! Yeah, guys, we've got to get some words off you here. I think the emotion on your face says the full story, but how are you feeling after a monumental victory?
I think we can feel better. It was amazing. Thank you guys. It was awesome. You did it too.
I was going to say just then, do you have any words for the French fans? But to be honest with you, you said a quick one there. Any extended words, because this is one hell of a turnout for a Contenders final.
Yeah, sure. It was amazing. We won also because of the fans. My bros, Albless and Revenge are there. I saw so many people, French teams. It was amazing. Good practice during months. Hard work. It was really, really, really difficult sometimes, but we did it. We are really happy, and my players are awesome, and I love them. It was an amazing adventure with them.
Pepe, you had an amazing series. You had an amazing series all the time. Come over here, come over here. You had an amazing series. Your team was super dominant coming into this one. Angry Titans able to take a map back in Temple of Anubis. What do you think went wrong on that particular map?
I think we didn't play just the good comp. They're like at the hard counter of our company. We didn't adapt, but I'm really proud of my players because they keep playing and they never gave up, and it was a solution.
Well, they played valiantly. Do you want to say some words in your native tongue to the crowd out here rather than in English? Let everyone on the French broadcast know about the French language and what you have to say to them about it.
Ok. Merci à tous, c'était incroyable. Très heureux de vous avoir eu. Merci encore.
And what do you say to the English viewers back home then? What did you say to the English viewers just so they know you yelled at your crowd?
I just say thank you, but I want a big shout out for Angry Titans too. Those guys did an amazing season, like one of the best team in Europe. So thanks to everyone, guys.
Thank you very much, Coach Fefe.
And with that, guys, that's the end of today's proceedings. We'll be back tomorrow for the Overwatch World Cup Day 2. But before that, let's throw it back over to our casters.
Thank you very much, guys, on the floor and on the stage. You can see Coach Fefe there just not only thanking himself, well, thanking his team, sorry.
Thanking himself.
He probably
I'm
should thank
great,
himself too.
by the way. Signed
But
Fefe.
he was thanking the crowd as well. They used that energy really to bring it home, and that's something that they did say in the interview that we gave them yesterday. Was, you know, what is really going to drive this home? What is really going to be that superpower that you're going to just grasp hold on to? And it was the crowd. They did say we are here in the heart of Paris, and just making sure we can just use that energy to win out against AT.
Didn't just use that energy. They used the energy that Hardest had mustered on that Xayah, and the energy of a tank comp moving forward. If you want to see the best tank play in Contenders, I don't think you have to look any further than this series today. Eagle Gaming putting on a pretty good masterclass, but Angry Titans playing them just as close, and they were valiant second place winners for our Contender season.
Well, there's not just that amount of Overwatch. We've got a lot more to come as well. We've got another few days of action here as the Overwatch World Cup Paris stage. But that is it for now. We'll see you tomorrow.